Everybody loves a good bit of boiling beef. And today, I'm going to show you how to make it the Italian way. So for the ingredients, we need a nice piece of meat. I've got a blade, and then we got some onion, some garlic, some carrots, some celery. I love adding a little bit of peppercorn, and of course some salt. And then we're going to accompany everything with an easy to make salsa verde, for which you need parsley, lemon, chili, if you like it, garlic, red wine vinegar, and for this one, we're going to use the Olistico Gran Cru from my family farm. The Olistico is well balanced, so it's going to create this harmony alongside all the flavors for the salsa verde. And then with the bollito, with the boiling beef, I also like some mayo, so we're just going to put that on the side once we plate it up. Before we start cooking though, let's spend 1 second about which type of meat to choose. The reason I like the blade is because it's got this gelatinous center on both sides. And when the meat cooks slowly in the broth, that's going to melt away and it's going to make this type of meat super, super tender, and it's going to be fantastic, full of flavor to eat. When you make boiling beef, you're going to have boiled beef and you're going to have made the broth. But there's a huge fundamental difference into whether you want to focus on giving the most amount of flavor to the broth or giving the most amount of flavor to the meat. And the subtle difference is the temperature of the water. So if you want to make a really, really nice broth, so you want to extract all the flavors from your ingredients, you start with cold water and you put everything in. That will give you a rich, rich broth, but the meat is going to lose the flavor to the broth. Now, because today we're going to try to make the best boiling beef possible, we're going to boil the water. So induction up to the max, lid on, and we wait for that to boil. In the meantime, we're going to deal with the meat. I don't like keeping all this silver skin, so we're going to cut it out. To remove the silver skin, you want a paring knife, such as this. And lifting the silver skin, making sure the knife stays attached to it, you get to remove it. And if you do this carefully, you remove pretty much no meat at all. Usually these pieces come with both sides a little bit of silver skin, so we're going to do the same on this other side. And these paring knives are useful because they got the little tip. They allow you to lift it up and being able to grab it and being able to pull it out, scrape it out. And with the fact that silver skin is actually quite tough, once you use your knife to go past it, it doesn't really cut it, but it just detaches the meat from it. And this one is out as well. To prep the carrots, we just remove the ends, and we're going to leave the skin because that's just extra flavor to it. Similar thing with the onion, we're going to just remove the bottom, cut this in half, and we're also going to be leaving the skin, which is again flavor. Little piece of garlic. For the celery, again, we're just gonna chop it roughly. With the water boiling, in goes the meat together with the celery, onions, garlic, carrots, peppercorn to give it character, and a little bit of salt. As this boils, you'll see that it will form a little bit of froth at the top. This one, what we have to do from time and time again, we come and remove it. Those are fundamental impurities and they will make the broth cloudy, so it's just always good to just take them out. Ideally, you want a skimmer. I don't have it, so I usually use this little small sieve. That works just as well. At this point, we keep the lid half open. You just leave a little bit so that the steam comes out. You make sure that you keep removing the froth if it forms. And the boiling beef takes between 2.5 and 3 hours to cook. So get yourself a drink and you got plenty of time. But just for the sake of this video, let's move straight away to making the salsa verde. For the salsa verde, we're going to use the cipolle rosse di Tropea, so the red onions from Tropea, from the south of Italy. These are particularly great to eat raw. They are sweet, they're gentle, the flavor is incredible. The way I like to start it, because then we're going to kind of chop it all with the parsley, is to take a little mandolin so that we can cut it off already super, super, super thin. So when we chop with the parsley, all the flavor is just going to melt away. It's going to be fantastic. Parsley, leaves go in, And by the way, if you got the stems of the parsley, just chuck it in your brother. Again, flavor you're just adding in, and you're not really wasting anything. And with all the parsley, we start chopping. Nice and thin. And because I like to taste it in this one, we're just gonna grate it like this. Oh, it's amazing. Bloop. There he goes. And then at this point, absolutely optional, if you like a little bit of chili, it's also a good time to add some, and I like it. Okay, with this all mixed up, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. You wanna do this with a little bit of time. So now when we're gonna be adding the oil, the lemon, the vinegar, it has time to absorb all in. So some lemon juice. Tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Wow, 1.5. The Holistico Gran Cru. And we mix this all together. Now, little spoon, we taste. And you adjust for flavor. If you want it a little bit more tangy, you can put some more vinegar, some more lemon. This one probably just misses a little bit of salt. Otherwise, it's perfect. So we're just gonna let it sit here, ready for our bollito. And after just nearly 3 hours, our boiling beef is ready. Oh. Ah. Look at this. Gorgeous. So this one, if you want to be able to cut it in slices, you might want to let it cool down a little bit. Now it's still really warm. Gorgeous. So when you try to cut it, it might break up a little bit, but we're going to do it anyway. So we take a sharp knife. This one is a present from HQ Blades. I'm going to put the link in the description in case you want to go purchase it. It's really nice. And let's just slice. Look at the color inside. This is fantastic. This time I got a little bit lazy. I didn't make my own mayo, but I think boiling beef and mayo is absolutely incredible. So we're just gonna have boop, a little bit of one there. I like this brand. Let's get another slice going. Oh, look at that. And see, the connective tissue just melts away. This is gorgeous. I'm gonna put some of our salsa verde. Oops. Of course, there are so many ways of making salsa verde. This is a really simple, straightforward one. And of course, we're gonna go with a little taste. Some of the mayo, some of the salsa verde. Oh, oh. I love boiling beef. It's absolutely fantastic. And also there's so many combinations, like for instance, why not put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil just at the top like that. Little sprinkle of fleur de sel. This one is from Brittany. Mayo, everything. So good. Ciao.